main race from Norisring. So, Winkelhock with the honour after his sprint race win. And away they go. Believe it or not, 44 laps this time of this 1.5 mile circuit. Winkelhock leads the way through, and Cecotto this time has made a bit of ground and tried to push out Aiello. And there's Pirot all caught up in it there, and Aiello and Cecotto balk each other. It was Cecotto who started all that in the middle of the pack, but they seem to have got away without too much of a problem. In fact, the problem is the debris, which has been left for everybody else to run over. Cecotto looking in very aggressive mood there, but it's Winkelhock who leads. Once again, Aiello and Van Olmen for Peugeot, getting tangled up in all sorts of bother. Decent crowd using every vantage point to see what's going on. There's a fair amount of incident in the pack, but it looks clear for Winkelhock. Aiello going slower, it seems. Werner with a bit of bodywork hanging off him, front bodywork, and also a bit of somebody else bumping down the circuit there, so another movable hazard to avoid. Winkelhock takes it away. There's Aiello, and he might get back into the race, but I don't think he's going to get back in with a significant challenge after that. There's the problem. Cecotto actually attacking down, pushing out Pirot, and once again one of the Nissans deciding it's going to take the shortcut, and a couple of other cars as well deciding that they will too. Well, why not? Van Olmen and Pirot, followed by Christian Abt, privateer Audi. Now Pirot will be trying his hardest in the works car here to make sure that Abt doesn't go past him. Be a little bit of an embarrassment. Pirot is now 35, the Italian. So just about approaching, I would say, the veteran stage, although perhaps not in this championship. We've got characters of 53 and 41 running around in here. Here's one of the 41-year-olds, Johnny Cecotto, and well, self-inflicted damage, I'm afraid, from the Venezuelan. Winkelhock, Van Olmen, BMW Peugeot. Personnel have changed. That's all of the second place man. It's Van Olmen to second place in the absence of his teammate Aiello, and Pirot holding on to third place under challenge from Abt. Ivan Müller. Trying to stretch his lead. Can't really see that Van Olmen has actually got enough in the car or the driver to actually take Winkelhock. Nijvic is the man who's been overtaken on the inside there. Philippe Petter, car repaired, back in working order, smacked it hard twice so far this weekend, but Audi uncomplainingly have put him back into the main race. So the Austrian continues to make up ground. Christian Danner, the Alpha. Van Olmen, the Opel. Abt and Pirot, and still Cecotto is able to go around with that front bumper in the state that it is. No, he's not, because the stewards have obviously decided, hey, in you come, chump. Not going to have any more of that. So Cecotto into the pits. There's Vidali and Ivan Müller. Vidali, we haven't seen much of her. She's actually not feeling very well because she went out to Rio and did a demonstration effort for some journalists out there, and came back and was feeling the effects of flu apparently. So she's been snuffling around all weekend. Modena deciding that it's a bit of a match for the Audis now. Müller, 6th place at Sachsenring, but very little else. And Vidali, 8th place at Sachsenring, and that one of only 4 points finishes so far. So Van Ommen's picked up the pace, going 1/10 of a second a lap quicker than Winkelhock last time round. It's enabled him to close the gap. But Winkelhock now well used to having a Peugeot trailing him round here at the Norisring. Holds the ground well, doesn't give him any space. No encouragement there for Van Ommen. He's going to have to do something extra special if he's going to get past him. Or, of course, make a mistake. Just thought for a moment that he was going to push it very, very wide there. Clip the wall, that would give Van Ommen his chance. There's Dirk Müller. And Winkelhock almost playing with Van Ommen now, to the extent that Pirot in the Audi is able to come into the picture and start to close on the pair of them. Got the line right this time, Winkelhock. Winkelhock, of course, reappearing in the German touring car scene after a spell with the British setup. He was there in 1996. Won the German Touring Car Championship in 1995. And the British back in 1993. Between time, he went off east. He went to the Asian and Pacific Championship in 1994 and won that as well. He's well back on course with the championship challenge here after his poor showing at the Nürburgring. Then he picked up a couple of first places at Sachsenring. Still left him behind his teammate Johnny Cecotto. But I think with Cecotto having a bit of bad luck here, it will be Winkelhock who moves ahead of him, although maybe not quite with enough points to overtake Aiello at the top of the leaderboard of this German Super Touring Car Cup. Modena still giving it a run in the Alpha. Hager upholding the honour for Honda. Van Müller, the Frenchman in this multinational works Audi team. Gottfried Hager, another one who's in or near the veteran stage. He's the 39-year-old German driver. Been knocking around motor racing for the best part of 20 years now. Decent class motor racing, that is. Abt. He of the smoking tyres. Trailing in, Johnny Cecotto. Well, he came in for his bumper to be repaired. Now he's got a bit more of a problem. It's Winkelhock leading. We've got 16 laps completed of the 44. Van Ommen in second place and just losing a bit of ground. Tamara Vidali up there into 5th in the Audi. Chris Nissan and Bergstaller in trouble. Bergstaller is well into the tyre wall there. And just got it going. Trailing around with bits hanging off. Dirk Müller. And Bergstaller this time has well and truly done it. Well, he clipped the tyre wall first of all, and having got restarted, obviously he'd done more damage than he thought, because he's given that a heck of a clatter. I'm not surprised he was sent for the safety car. The marshals a chance, one, to get the driver out of there because he didn't look as though he was in too good a shape, and secondly to shift that car because it was in a dangerous position. So a chance to catch up on Johnny Cecotto from Sachsenring, where he didn't have the best of times.
Well, the problem was all in the first corner where I was pushed out, and so I had to restart from the last position. I was catching up, but then Vidali, she had an accident in front of me, and I had to stop completely. Then I was again in the last position, and in the meantime, after one lap, the pace car came out. So I stayed out for a lot of time. So I had not really a chance to recover much. The last few laps, when the race restart, I went from the 26th positions to the 15th position, and from there I started the second race. In a few laps I managed to go on in the 3rd position, but to do that I had to stress a lot my tires. And this circuit, Sachsenring, was very hard on tires. So for this, at the middle of the race, I was already without tires, and I struggled to finish the race, and I finished finally in 5th position. It could have been the end. It could have been much better, but okay. I mean, it was the best I could do.
So we've got a bit of a problem here because the race has obviously been stopped now, and it's going to be an aggregate second run, and we'll be back with the second part of the main race from Norisring in just a moment. So effectively now this has turned into a 3 sprint race meeting rather than 1 sprint and 1 main race. 14 laps to go, and they're going to take 26 laps of the first race and add the 2 together, give you an aggregate victory. Winkelhock once again going out in front, so he's going to have no dispute at all about who's going to be in first place, adding these 2 together. That's Pirot, who's slotted into second. Round that first corner, almost without mishap, and that's Masson and Müller and Bartels all involved there. Just thought we got away with it for a second, but no. Masson was the Nissan, which was skirming around in front of those. Winkelhock leads away, Pirot in second. Then comes Van Ommen. Vidali's up there as well. Is Niedzwitz. Marshals still haven't got the cars of Müller and Bartels shifted yet. So there you see the Nissan cutting across the bows there of Bartels, and Bartels, this is the view from Altson's car. That's Bartels just in front of him. There's the Nissan going across the bows of Bartels. And a whole jumble there. It's Müller that actually comes off worse, as you can probably see best from this angle, because he's just got nowhere to go. And that's Altson and Werner. And I think Modena are involved as well. Yes, there's the Alpha. Altson, who's in a bit of a spin. So Altson, who's coming out of Sachsenring, where he got 2 third places, really struggling to make any impression whatsoever here at the Norisring. Bartels got going again. And surprisingly, not a lot of damage to that. Most of the tape that you see stuck on there is simply because of it was damage that was incurred in the sprint race. Actually, with 3 sprint races, we've got to say which one it was. The first sprint race. There's Modena. Another view from the inside of the Audi of Philippe Petter, who I'm sure will be one of the drivers who'll be quite happy to leave the Norisring. Uwe Altson there, another view of the spin that he got himself into with a little bit of help from his friends. Niedzwitz, the Audi of Philippe Petter. Petter will be very anxious to get past that private Audi. Niedzwitz hasn't shown us much at all this year. Finally, come to think of it, neither has Petter. Past Van Ommen. Now the drivers will have very little idea of exactly how much position counts here. Obviously it's the time that actually makes the aggregate difference. So Pirot will now have to put as much as he can between himself and Van Ommen to try and move up the order in this sprint race, this third of the sprint races, if you like. Way over start and finish. Van Ommen now starts to attack Pirot again. And the way things have worked out, they just haven't benefited Pirot whatsoever. He was hoping for at least one decent long race. Now he's ended up with 3 sprint races. He says that doesn't suit his car at all, the Audi. But in any case, he doesn't like driving around the Norisring. Not a circuit that he enjoys. But he's making a pretty good fist of it here. But if he wants to get 2nd place overall in this race, I think he's probably going to have to go past Winkelhock as well, so that he gets more time on Van Ommen. Another one clocked off by the top 3. Van Ommen's team have got it right. They just tell him to stick right there with him. He doesn't have to overtake Pirot in this race to take 2nd place overall. But on the other hand, they'd surely like him to get past Pirot and start to attack Winkelhock. Comes Winkelhock, the Bugatti BMW team. Has turned into a battle between BMW and Peugeot this championship. chance. Nobody else had a look in as far as first place is concerned. There's Winkelhock's first place of this meeting, and his fourth in succession. And the boy looks as though he's in good form, winning by 2.8 seconds from Van Olmen.
Yeah, I must say I'm happy because I give myself before really a lot of pressure, you know, to win the race here, and which I didn't expect to win both races, because the first race was quite short, around 50 kilometers, and so there I expect that ILO should win the race normally, but we have the better, how you say, the better package. So finally I won both races, and I'm happy like a child, of course.
So, a couple of good wins there for Winkelhock. Actually held it together, moves up to second place in the championship as Aiello holds onto his lead at the top, but Van Olmen now is up to fourth for Peugeot.
My impressions, it was a very nice race, it was a very tough race, because it was, you know, it was 3 times a very short race. Normally you have 1 short race and 1 long race. And the problem for me was to concentrate for the last 14 laps for the restart. That was very difficult, because 14 laps is really very short, and it's really very hard. I had a very bad start, so I had to fight a lot. The bad start because I had technical problems on the start. So I had to fight 14 laps like hell. But it was very nice. It's always nice when you finish then second.
Winkelhock, 4 first places on the trot, 3 second places also in this championship, and he's now the BMW challenger to Aiello.
Really happy, but yesterday I wasn't lying. Things were going really, really bad, and well, I was more or less realistic, or that's the situation I was looking at. But in the qualifying, I was lucky. I did a very good time, and fourth on the grid gave me a lot of hopes. And the race developed in a way which was very good for me, although without the black flag, because my car is very good in the long run rather than at the beginning. Without the red flag and the accident, I think I could have made the second place, because I was starting to gain on the leaders. But I'm very happy, and I hope Alex Burgstaller will recover very soon. That's the main thing for us. And I'm happy because this circuit is very special. With so many people, you really want to do a good job here.
Even though he doesn't like driving on it. News about Burgstaller, well, he's in hospital, but he could well be out and fit for the next race at Funstorf in a couple of weeks' time. Let's leave them to celebrate up there on the podium. Winkelhock, deservedly so, after effectively 3 race wins at Norisring. A couple of weeks to go before the next round, and once again it's all set up. The battle for the championship between BMW and Peugeot.